Hello, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into this live session. We are coming to the end of the day four of the England and India test number four. It's day four. The Anderson and Tendulkar Trophy promising out to be one excellent match once again. Both the teams having their own strengths and weaknesses, and we are moving to the day five. How often we see a five-match test series, and that too an inexperienced sides going to day five and waiting for the result. It might be quite astonishing. Maybe sometimes you don't know. India can give you a target to chase. To ask England to chase that. That can also happen. Lots to discuss. But let's go by session and try to understand how exactly the things went with India in terms of the bowling on day four. England started with a lead of 186 runs from day three. The moment they started, it was very clear they would like to play an entire session, at least one and a half session, and give the rest of the day to Indian batters. Ben Stokes and Liamson resumed from where they left, so that's where they brought the concept of baseball. So when you talk about baseball, right? So it should, it's a kind of an aggressive cricket at the same time, sometimes careless and recklessness. But this time they were pretty sure of what they wanted. To my surprise, even though England lost 7 wickets, and for another 3 wickets, they added around 125 runs, which is sort of a concern, I would say. When you look at the longer aspect, even if a 10th batsman is coming and playing 48 runs or 49 runs, I mean, I know they bat deep, but again, not that kind of an expectations that you set from the Indian bowlers, especially when you have Siraj and Bumrah, which, I mean, there's decent enough to take wickets against the tailenders, but giving them 49 runs, that's a little bit tough pillow to swallow. But that's how the things goes. Some the thing goes. So Dawson finally out. I know he's having an excellent career. He has 10,000 runs in the first class cricket. So he's more than a capable batter. So spin was introduced a little bit after the first hour, where I thought initially if they would have introduced, that would be really great, because I felt that Bumrah and Siraj are not bowling up to their expectations. The kilometers per hour has been reduced significantly. I understand it's a very tired and drained bodies, mentally and as well as physically. Even though there is a 12 to 15 hours of time between the days, but India bowlers were really off color, and it happens. Bumrah, for the first time, he has given 100 runs in his bowling in an innings. So it's kind of a test match. You as a bowler will have to forget, but sometimes you'll have to take some inputs and outputs of this well. So excellent innings from Ben Stokes. At one hand, he was playing his own shots, taking on the Indian bowlers, and registered his 114th Test century and a 5 wicket haul. It's like a you're putting a cherry on the cake, right? When you score 100 and you're like the captain, you're the all-rounder, you took 5 wicket haul, and taking the 5 wicket haul after 8 years, which means it's a phenomenal achievement for Ben Stokes. You don't see all-rounders scoring 100 and also getting 5 wickets haul. It just happens with Gary Sobers, Jack Cullis, then comes Ben Stokes. We have seen Kapil Dev as well. So, yeah, 600 up for England in the 148th over. For the first time after 11 years, India has conceded more than a 600 runs in an innings. So it happens. It happens because we are in a very serious transition phase. Young generation taking up the new challenge. It's mind you, this is not a home series, so obviously we would not expect to have an advantage. But certainly the line and lengths were not up to the mark. That has to be addressed. So the last time India considered a 600 plus was in 2014 against New Zealand in Wellington. The same Brendan McCullum, the coach, was the player then, scoring 302. Now he's the head coach of England cricket team. So that's how things go in the span of 10 years. Everything changes dramatically. So once Ben Stokes got into his stride and finished his 100, he was into more beast mode. Spin was introduced, as I said earlier. The spin and the left and right combination did not work for England. The left arm spinner Jadeja conceded runs. Washington Sundar went for plenty, and it was understandable that England started to believe that they got enough lead to ball out India in the third innings. But again, fabulous innings comes to an end finally from Ben Stokes, trying to anti it. So 141 of 198 balls. So this is also the highest ever uh, total score at Old Trafford. So all the records broken in this game. So a lot to look for. And also finally Braden Cross trying to play a lot many shots and eventually got out at 47. Yep. So England got a massive lead of 311. So 616 and all out in the first innings. So they will be mighty pleased, and the number of overs that Indian bowlers bowled looks at really tired faces. 33 from Bumrah, Kamboj 18, Siraj 30, Thakur 11, Ravindra Jadeja 37, and Washington Sundar 28. These are the overs. Number of overs in India have bowled. Six bowlers were used, and pick of the bowlers were Ravindra Jadeja taking 4 wickets. So he was the person who was really getting some purchase, and Washington Sundar as well. The drift and the turn that he's getting has been excellent, mind-boggling. Right. So India started their second innings. Interesting, they did not take the heavy roller. I thought they would be taking it, but understanding the pitch conditions, whenever there is a heavy roll, there is more bounce and carry. They thought that that would be not an advantage to them. So they took the light roller. So before the lunch break, we had another 10 minutes to go. So that 10 minute tricky period, anything between those sessions are always tough, and England were relentless again with the line and length and got back to back wickets. 0 for 2. Can you imagine when was the last time? Jaiswal got out, so Sai Sujan out, 0 for 2. And the last time India lost 2 wickets without scoring a run was in 1983. So after 42 years, these are some you can say kind of unexpected records for India, but I mean you have to consider what are the conditions that they are playing. Again, it was a lot on Gill and Rahul because we are not sure of Pant's availability, but luckily Indian batting coach has cleared it to the media that Pant will be available to bat if required, depending on the situation how it goes. So 0 for 2, lot of pressure on the middle order, especially the captain Gill and Rahul, who is batting as an opener, showed some excellent defense. It's a classical test match. If you have missed it, please go and watch the highlights. When you look at the shots, the bat presentation is fabulous. And you look at the number of balls they played. I think Rahul nearly played 225 to 30 balls. Gills was the same. So they batted really well. They scored not at the rate, but again, the score board went on ticking. They're still trial by 117 with 8 wickets in hand, but you have to say that India is still in the game. Uh, Not as an analyst or not as a person who's more keen watching the cricket, but when you look at the game's point of view, taking 8 wickets is not also easy. So that means that I mean, the Indian batters will take a lot of pride for their wicket. So I don't see the 8 wickets going that easily, but at the same time, the runs are required. So what to look for the day five, the final day of the Test match number 4. It's interesting how the things go from here on because we are 13 overs away from the second new ball, which means after the first over of the session 1, we are going to see new ball. I mean, definitely England would like to take the new ball. Two settled batsmen. I know it's a fresh day tomorrow again. You have to bring all your A game into the picture. The clouds, the rain guards are giving some hints of play interruption, but we don't know because the weather is always unpredictable in most part of the England region. So let us see how the things go. But as of now, if you say India will have some chance again, it's not totally ruled out. I see people commenting in many of these websites that India would allowed by 100, and today will be the last day. I mean, the day 4 will be the last day, but never write off the Indian team because out of 140 crore people, you will get only 11 or 12 to play on that day on that test match. So sometimes you will be tested, but that's fine. I see Rahul again playing a safe and a consolidated innings, and maybe Gill will go a little hard because if both the batsmen go for a defensive game, there's a chance of getting the wicket. Caution with aggression, that's what we say, right? So I believe that's the trend. I don't see if there is a wicket falling immediately, Pant will be coming. So Pant will come at the stage where if India loses 7 or 8 wickets, then we might see him. And also depending on number of scores that India has to uh, do it. So if India can play off really well, losing only 1 or 2 wickets and scoring off the 117 runs, then definitely I don't see England winning this. As I said, there's a lot of rain interruption. That's the weather forecast, and at the same time, once the new ball gets old, tough to get the wickets. So if India can play really well, the first hour of the play and also the entire session 1, it will be fantastic, and that will be one of the greatest achievements, if not the top 5 in the entire Indian history. So we'll see how the things go tomorrow. As of now, the, it's pretty much balanced. So we never know who can win this test match. Thanks for watching this live. We'll get back to you after the day 5. Thank you.